It happened on a Friday, and I just attended a pool party. You know, I got an invitation to go to this pool party, and it started out all good until about an hour into the party and whatnot. And I didn't hear nothing about the prior fight to the whole situation, but I heard about the girl. Well, it was my brother's classmate. He goes to school with her. I heard about her, and so I went over to check everything out. And at that point in time, she was getting manhandled by one of the officers. So I'm trying to, you know, tell the officer, please, can you please stop? You're hurting her. Like, you can clearly see that he's twisting her arm, having her shoved into the ground, and everything else. And so I shift to the side a little bit to get her to look at me in the face like, look, we're gonna call your mom, it's all right, because she's shouting, call my mom and call my mama. So I'm telling her, all right, we're gonna call your mom. And as you can see in the video, my friend has his arm rest against me, and we're on an incline, and he accidentally bumps into me, and which makes me kind of slip down that incline and makes it appear that I'm lunging towards the officer. So as soon as that happens, I know to keep my distance, so I back up. And once I back up, he draws his weapon, and that's at that point in time I feared for myself, so I started to run.
Up to that point, the only commands that had been given really to the girl was to leave. Then the officer restrains her because she won't leave. The only command that had been given to Mr. Martin at that time was to leave. Those were the verbal commands that this officer was yelling at the crowd. Stay back and mainly leave was the command that he was given. So his intentions were, again, merely just to try to make contact with the girl because she was so distraught at the time, to let her know that she wasn't there by herself, that there were people that were going to call her mother, and pleading with the officer to please stop, you know, don't hurt her. Because I think anyone can tell from the video, she's clearly in pain.
Was it chaotic at the party?
He's talking about at the party. Let's talk about the party.
Yeah. No, it really wasn't. Honestly, I can say it wasn't. It was just us having a cookout. Music was playing, moving bounce. There was no drinking, no smoking, like other people have said there was. It was just a normal teenage party. It was safe.
He's charged with evading. Evading typically means that a police officer, for whatever reason, a police officer told you to stay, or a police officer was trying to detain you and then you ran. In this situation, there's no way that it's evading detention because they had already told him to leave. The last command that he got was to leave. And I'm hoping that we can sit down with whether it's the police chief or the city council mayor, the prosecution, and again, take a real look at this evidence.
So asking for dismissal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This case should be dismissed. And if it isn't dismissed, you know, again, I look forward to the opportunity to get that officer back on the stand so he can explain why it was necessary to grab this little girl by the hair, why it was necessary to jar her neck and slam her face into the ground, why it was necessary to handcuff, you know, only the black kids out there, why it was necessary to pull a firearm on my client after he had already separated and moved back. Why it was necessary to continue to run with that firearm in an unsafe manner with all those kids out there. Why all that was necessary? Oh, I look forward to getting all over him.